Hey there. If you're listening to this, you're probably as fascinated by AI as we are. And like us, I bet you like to stay ahead of the curve.
Absolutely. And when it comes to tracking the advancements in AI, there's no better place to look than the Chatbot Arena's leaderboard.
They just dropped their October 2024 list for large language models, and let me tell you, there are some real shockers this time around.
It's true, this isn't just some techie horse race either. These leaderboards give us a glimpse into which companies are creating the most advanced AI systems in the world.
And what that means for the future, right?
Exactly.
So, should we just dive right into the rankings?
Let's do it.
All right, well, at the very top, no surprises here, OpenAI is still dominating.
Yeah, they've got a pretty firm grip on those top spots.
GPT-4o, O1 Preview, and O1 Mini. But here's the interesting thing. GPT-4o just dethroned O1 Preview to become the top dog.
Especially when you look at those really complex tasks, the ones that involve handling these massive data sets.
It's a real testament to OpenAI's dominance in the field right now.
And when you consider their recent $157 billion valuation after that last round of funding, I mean, wow.
Yeah, that's a whole lot of zeros. But you know what's really got me thinking about this leaderboard? It's the rise of those Chinese models.
Oh, absolutely.
We've been seeing China make some serious moves in the AI space, and this month, it's impossible to ignore. Two Chinese models smashed their way into the top 10 for the first time ever.
Yeah, you've got Lightning, which was developed by 01 Twin AI, and then there's GLM-4-Plus.
Lighting is the one that's really got my attention, though.
Oh, yeah. Why is that?
Well, reports are saying it's achieving these crazy good results despite being trained on way less data than its competitors.
That's the thing about AI, isn't it? More data doesn't always mean a better model.
It's about how you use it, right?
Exactly. And this R01 taunt AI, they're a bit of a dark horse in all of this.
Yeah, who are these guys? Some kind of stealth startup.
Well, they're led by Kai-Fu Lee, and this guy's a serious player.
Yeah.
Former Apple, Microsoft, Google. We're talking top-tier tech experience.
Wow, okay, so
Yeah.
he's not messing around.
Not at all. And get this isn't even their first time on the board. A few months back, they caused a real stir when their Large model briefly popped up on the leaderboard, then it disappeared just as fast.
They're like the ninjas of AI development. So we've got OpenAI sitting at the top, China clearly emerging as a real contender. What about everybody else? Where do the other big names fall in all of this?
Well, that's where it gets interesting. Anthropic, Meta, Mistral AI,
Big names in AI.
all missing from this month's top 10.
Ouch, that's got to sting a little bit.
It does make you wonder, what does this mean for them going forward? Are they out of the race?
Yeah, what happens now? I mean, these companies, they've definitely got the resources, the brain power.
For sure. But I think this just shows you how competitive this field is. The pressure is on, constantly innovating, always pushing to see what's possible.
You snooze, you lose, right?
In the world of AI development, absolutely.
Okay, so let's talk about how this whole Chatbot Arena thing works. How do they even decide which AI model gets to be crowned champion?
You'd be surprised. It's actually a lot more democratic than you might think.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Chatbot Arena, it was created by some researchers over at UC Berkeley, and it's all about crowdsourcing.
Crowdsourcing. So it's not just a bunch of scientists in a room somewhere deciding this.
No, they pit these AI models against each other, right? It's like a blind taste test.
Okay.
But instead of coffee or wine, you're interacting with these different AIs. Everyday users, people like you and me, we get to interact with them and decide which one performs better.
Hold on. So I could be sitting at home, drinking my coffee and judging which AI is the smartest.
That's exactly it.
That's actually really cool. But how do they measure better? What's the criteria?
They use something called an ELO rating system.
ELO rating system.
Yeah, you might recognize it from chess or esports.
Yeah.
It's a way to rank players.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Based on their performance against each other.
So in this case, it's AI models instead of players.
You got it.
Okay, I see. So every AI model starts with a certain ELO score. And then they either climb the ranks or they fall based on how well they do against each other, right?
Yeah, it's constantly shifting, always changing based on these head-to-head matches. Like survival of the fittest, but for AI.
I like that. It seems way more fair than just taking some company's word for it when they say, oh yeah, our AI is the best.
Exactly. The Chatbot Arena, it levels the playing field. You've got thousands of users from all over, all with different backgrounds and perspectives.
Putting these AIs through their paces.
Exactly, and that gives us a much more objective look at how these models actually stack up against each other.
So we've got this really intriguing picture emerging, right? OpenAI is leading the charge, China's coming up fast, and this whole chatbot arena thing is shaking things up.
It's a fascinating time to be following AI, that's for sure.
But let's be real for a sec. These rankings, they're just one piece of the puzzle, right?
Oh, absolutely. The leaderboard is a snapshot. It tells us where things stand right now, but it's not the whole story.
There's so much more to consider, like how does this actually play out in the real world?
Exactly.
It's one thing to have a super advanced AI model.
Right.
It's another thing entirely to figure out how to use it, how to integrate it into our lives.
And how easy is it to actually use these models? Can your average person actually interact with this technology? Or is this just for, like, the tech giants?
Those are the big questions, and I think it's important that we're asking them now as all of this is evolving so quickly.
Couldn't agree more. We need to be having those conversations.
So where does it all go from here? I mean, what does the future hold for all of this incredible AI technology?
Well, that's the billion-dollar question, isn't it?
It really is.
But that's what makes this whole field so captivating. The potential, it's just immense. Think about it. AI assistants that can not only help you with, like, your daily tasks,
Yeah.
but could actually lead to groundbreaking scientific discoveries, completely revolutionize education, things we haven't even thought of yet.
It's exciting, but also a little bit intimidating. Like we're standing on the edge of something massive.
We are. Think about the next few years, the advancements that we're seeing right now. This has the potential to reshape industries, entire industries.
It really feels like we're on the cusp of something huge, like a technological revolution, but with AI at the very heart of it.
And you're right, it's not just about the tech itself either. It's about how we choose to use it, how we as a society decide to integrate it into our world.
Responsibly, right.
Exactly. We need to be having open and honest discussions, asking the tough questions, and always considering the broader implications.
It's a lot to wrap our heads around, but I think that's what makes this whole thing so fascinating, right?
It's why we do what we do.
Yeah.
This is the cutting edge, and it's moving fast.
So as we start to wrap up this deep dive into the world of AI and everything that's happening, is there like one key takeaway you hope our listeners walk away with today?
I think the biggest thing is just to stay curious, stay informed, and don't be afraid to really dig in and explore this stuff for yourselves.
Because the future of AI, I mean, it's not set in stone, is it?
Not at all. It's being written right now by people like our listeners, by companies big and small.
So their perspective, their understanding of all of this, it actually matters.
It matters more than ever.
I like that. On that note, thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the ever-evolving world of AI. Until next time, everyone, stay curious and keep asking the big questions.